Yo, what up, friends?
The biggest topic in college football is obviously Coach Deion Primetime Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. They had a win over the powerhouse of, let's not call them that, let's not act like they're bad. They're FCS, but they also went to the championship like 9 years in a row. The North Dakota State University Bisons. And they beat the Bisons. This past weekend. But let's give a little background on this. Obviously, he's a firestorm for conversation. He went to Jackson State first after they after he had a rebuild there and helped them to bring up the HBCU. He went to Colorado. They had a 1-11 season before. He wins 4 games last year after the first victory against TCU. He brought attention. He brings back the star power. He brings the eyes. Colorado is selling out every single home game and most of their away games. So I just want to get some thoughts from you gentlemen. How do we feel about the way he runs his team in terms of obviously his sons are star players on the team. He has turned over the roster 2/3 each time with transfer portal players. So you're getting new players every year. What happens here? Do they win? Do they win even 6 games this year, qualify for a bowl game, get them back to glory in Colorado, or does this all flame out? Deion, we'll start with you first.
Well, I mean, it's the Deion effect as far as selling out everything. It's the hype, and when he was at HBCU, they were legit. I mean, but you look at it like this when it comes to Colorado. I remember I was watching when they played Colorado State, and that game went to overtime, and I was like, I didn't think they're going to do well, better than where they started at Colorado before he got there, because they won like 1 or no games, something like that. But this year, he might do a little better, but he's not going to go undefeated. He's not going to do nothing super, super crazy, because this game was very close. Wait till he plays the powerhouses. And the real thing is that they were touching Pauls. If they were getting at Shedeur Sanders, if they were sacking him, hitting him like this, wait till he plays the other teams in the division at this level, because that was a Division II, right? So I mean, wait till they play Division I guys, and you got to keep him upright. He takes a beating. I mean, he's a beast. Him and Hunter Travis, they're amazing. Those are it's fun for them. But the opposition they played against, yes, that's a good team. But just if he took a beating against them, just think what's going to happen when he plays USC and everyone else. But I like what he's doing. I still think they're about 2 years away, but his son's not going to be there anymore. Who's the heir apparent? Who's going to be the next quarterback? Who's going to be the next playmaker when both his sons leave and Hunter leaves? So I like what he's doing, but let's not just crown him already, So
Hey, can I ask you guys a question?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what all these teams have in common. Okay, UNLV, Appalachian State, University of Texas, San Antonio, Tulane, Vanderbilt, Liberty, SMU, Memphis, Iowa State. You know what they all have in common?
They play on Masson.
Love Colorado. I don't talk about brony teams. Let's talk about Old Dominion. I get it. Deion Sanders is famous. He talks a lot. He's an entertaining guy. But this is what drives me nuts about Hot Take TV and sports talk radio. Is people out here wasting breath on a dude that's coaching the 41st ranked team in the country. Ugh. Gross.
That's why
No, but how do we feel about that? Go ahead, T. Go ahead, D.
No, I'm just saying, like what Mike was saying, like a lot of people like to take hot takes. It's cool to take them, and I get it. But when you hear it on TV, what is your opinion? The difference from what you hear from Colin Cowherd? Okay, you're just copying what he said, just saying in your vernacular. Like you're not really formulating your own opinion. Like, oh well, he sucks. Well, you know what? I think he sucks also. Well, why does he suck? Yeah. Oh, he just sucks. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's just stop copying everybody, because let's just have common sense with this shit. No, yeah. I mean,
Liberty, Tulane, yes. University of Texas, San Antonio, App State, UNLV. Just let's have an intelligent, educated conversation about this when he's doing something worth talking about, because it's just not happening right now. Let's give the man some time to build the program and have something that's working before we start getting on it and really trying to dive into something that's not done cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing where you're not going to. You're right. The hot take Jakers, the ones that make these crazy proclamations. He said Colorado was going to the playoffs. I told him he was an idiot. There's no way they even win. Yeah, there's no way they even win 6 games, I don't think, or get to a bowl game. So even it doesn't really matter who they play. They're just not that great. Too much turnover, all that stuff. But let's think a little deeper into this. How do we feel about now? Two follow-up questions. How do we feel about his contentiousness with the media, especially the one where he banned the Colorado reporter from asking about football questions? How do we feel about that? Is that a cockiness? Is that a what do we think about that little scuffle he has with that?
Yeah, I don't like it, but I mean, that's a grown man. If he wants to do that, he could do that, and he'll face the consequences for doing it. If he wants the media to leave him alone, maybe they'll leave him alone now. Maybe he'll make enough people mad, and no one wants to cover him, and people don't want to talk about him on their shows anymore because they're mad at him the way they were mad at Albert Bell. And Albert Bell doesn't get in the Hall of Fame because he was an asshole.
Yep.
He has all the right in the world to do that. If he doesn't want to answer these people's questions and he's willing to pay whatever fines he's going to get, go get him, Deion. Have fun. Yeah, go get him.
Yeah, I'm not like I will say this after the game, he wasn't happy, how the defense played and things like that because Deion Sanders knows the deal. He knows his team needed to step up. That's what I do like about him. He's very honest with that stuff. And
it's hard when I have a bad day at work. People don't run into my face with microphones right afterwards, and as soon as I have a.
But I didn't know the CBS. I'm not sure. I don't know why he didn't like CBS or what did CBS do to make him not.
Well, specifically, the guy wrote a report or articles, and he was calling him names it was things like I don't want to say derogatory, but he was calling them nicknames like Universal Prime and all these other things.
Hey, if I was Deion, I would do the same thing. Okay, if you want to talk shit like that, you want to act like that, well then fuck you. I don't even talk to you. Pardon my French.
No, you're good.
He did what he's the man. You're asking him questions, so you need him for clicks and views and comments. So if he's not giving you any feedback, he's cutting you off. So you might want to tread lightly. Not saying you can't criticize him, but if you're taking digs like that, then no, he doesn't have to talk to you.
Yeah, that's how he felt about it. He said that he felt the guy was taking shots at him in the articles by calling him all these different names. Like I forget the names, but they was just like playing off of his primetime name and trying to make him look like silly, like highlight Deion and things like that. So I agree. I think you do whatever you want to do, but you put up with the consequences, like Wheby said. And maybe he doesn't have those people talk to him. But what do we think about the future then? Wheby mentioned, his son and Travis Hunter are both going to graduate. Shiloh will probably still be there. Obviously, he's not good enough to go. But definitely Shedeur and Travis Hunter are gone. Where does Shedeur and maybe even Travis go? There's rumors of where they might want to go. And what happens with Deion? Does he stay or does he go? Anything that you want to answer?
They go to whatever trash teams in the top 5. I mean, that's where they're going to go. It's really who we think is going to be in the top 5 picking. I feel like he had a chance to be probably. No, Jerry Rice was the best come from HBCU, but he had a chance to be one of the, McNair level players coming out of HBCU. But now he's with Colorado. I mean, we can only speculate where we think he might go. It really depends on who are the worst 5 NFL teams.
There's also rumors that they may pull an Eli Manning, and Deion Sanders may be like, I don't only want him to go to a specific team, or I don't want him to go to these teams, or maybe there's rumors of Jerry Jones trading up for him, which I don't think is or somehow getting to Dallas.
I mean, it depends what Dallas does. I mean, the Dallas has another year where they don't really do as well as they want to do or not win a playoff game, and they're like, all right, we don't want Dak. Do they have the assets to trade up to get that person, to get him? it's hard to speculate right now because we don't know who's the worst, who's bottom tier
So
team. You know what I'm
far.
saying?
Remember where Jaden Daniels was at this point in time last year?
Exactly. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
It's winning.
so-
It's hard to speculate. I mean,
So far away from that. Yeah.
think about who doesn't have a quarterback. You know?
Yeah, no, I was just more alluding to those rumors that he's going to try to steer him away from certain teams, and if he can, steer him to Dallas. And then there's rumors of Deion actually maybe becoming the coach of the Dallas Cowboys after that, leaving Colorado for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not saying I made these rumors up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Jerry Jones would hire a coach that hasn't won anything. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound like
weird.
Jones to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Deion's cool. Everyone loves Deion, but let him finish the job there.
Yeah, let him turn around
Mhm.
Colorado and then
Yep.
see what happens. Let's get a winning season.
I think he will. I think he'll be a great recruiter. He'll be able to get, a huge amount of players that other teams won't be able to get because he's Deion. I think he's got himself in a good position at a big school. So I think he can. Just got to give him time. It's too early for any of that stuff. We don't even know this dude can coach.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you're completely right.